Okay, so welcome to a new episode of Vault Hunters Tinkers Only Challenge. So, in this episode, we are running 3 of every type of vault. We are now on the scavenger vaults, and I didn't record a lot of the other ones just because they're not going to be super interesting, but the plan is to do quite a lot and just kind of see what loot and what is the best loot you can get and where to go for that loot. So, I hope you will enjoy, and after I finish these vaults, then we'll go through all the loot of all of the vaults, which is about 15 vaults total, and we're just going to show you guys exactly which vault has the best loot, because everyone wants to know and everyone wants to farm the best loot, so you gotta start and go for exactly what gives you the best loot. So I hope this video will be educational for that, and I hope you guys will enjoy, because I put a lot of effort and time into this video, so if you don't enjoy, I'm gonna be kind of sad, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So anyway, I will see you guys after I finish this vault, because this vault's gonna take me a while, because I need to find 2 spider webbing spools. So we're now completing this vault, and then we're going into our last scavenger hunt vault, and then after a couple more vaults, we're going to be going through all of the loot from all 15 vaults and comparing to see which is the true best vault for loot. Also, holy, that was loud. So, I have just finally finished the last vault. It was the last Hunt the Guardians vault. I'm gonna harvest the obelisk because I can't actually do that now, because we have a thing that lets us break things that are typically unbreakable. Now I'm gonna organize all this loot into, of course, the specific chests, and then we'll go through all of the loot because it's quite absurd for all 5 of these different types of vaults. Okay, everything's been organized, so we're gonna go through, first off, the basic loot. So this is all the non-rare items, essentially. So, from the Hunt the Guardians vaults, we ended up getting, a stack and some vault meat, 15 sweet kiwis, 32 dreamstones, 4 burger cheese, 5 burger lettuce, 9 burger pickles, 5 burger sauce, 11 burger tomatoes, and a bunch more, especially of the foci. We got quite a few of the chaotic focus, we got a couple fundamental focus, a couple nullifying focus, and of course amplifying and wild focus, but we also got quite a bit of magnetite. That was mostly just because I opened a lot of ornate chests in here, so not terrible. But then we move on to the elixir vaults. So in here we again got a bunch of the foci. We also got a ton of the burger ingredients and a lot of vault meat, mostly just because it was mostly ornates and living chests. Then we go on to the scavenger vaults. Even more loot from pretty much everything, nothing really lacking there. We did end up getting a noble charm, which will actually go in the rare stuff, but overall, not a terrible haul for that either. Then we move on to the build the vaults. These were specific ones that were just random vault inscriptions that I grabbed. Of course, not a lot of loot, because we don't have a lot of time, but a lot of ores in the rares, but we'll look there in a second, because the last one is, of course, the brazier vaults. So, these ones, overall, give a ton of gems, of course, a couple burger ingredients, but a ton of vault gold, and just a good mismatch of everything. I didn't have space in the other chest for it, but now we'll move on to the rare loot. So, in here we got a bunch of vault gear, bunch of vault gems, 1 echo, and then of course we've got our 3 boss crates, which is not terrible at all. And then 11 vault gold, 5 vault silver, a couple chest scrolls, 1 cove inscription, which again is pretty good. So overall pretty decent from the Hunt the Guardians vault. Then we move on to the elixir vaults, which again a little bit underwhelming. We got 4 mod boxes. Of course, we got the crates. We did get an omega focus, but that's from a different mob, so it's not a big thing. 2 vault platinum, a couple chest scrolls, 31 knowledge shards though, which is quite absurd. Then the scavenger vaults, we got a pretty good, decent layout of everything. We got echo ore, mod box, a couple chest scrolls. We got our crates. We got 2 vault platinum. We got a bunch of vault gear, as well as an inscription. So I would say scavenger vaults are up there. Then we move on to of course, the architect vaults, which did give us quite a bit of ores, but no omega ores, and by that I mean specifically just echo. And honestly, a pretty underwhelming haul, mostly just because, you know, there's nothing great from just a singular mine room, especially if we don't have something crazy to help us mine it. Then we move on to the Brazier vaults, which of course is completely full. This was kind of already completely done. If you want a good overall amount of loot, go with a Brazier vault, because you will get a bunch of knowledge, a bunch of ores, you'll get a bunch of gear, and you will also get your Brazier crates. And if you're playing this mod pack specifically, you can actually mine the monoliths and utilize them over and over again until you almost run out of time. And you can do that in the starting room, so you don't even have to do anything. We also got an Omega Magnet, which we're going to go through here in a second. But right now, after you've seen how much random vault gear we've got, guess how many Omegas we've got? We've got a minimum of at least 4, I believe, Omegas. So, from a minimum of 4, what do you guys think we'll get? Leave it in the comments. Of course, the boss crates, we will open all of them at the very same time, because the crates themselves, while being very similar, they're not super crazy good. Of course, you won't get crates from the architect vaults, so just ignore those. But we're just going to see kind of what loot we get from these guys, which hopefully we can get something pretty good. I did end up rolling a piece of gear accidentally, but we got 5 total unidentified artifacts. We got quite a bit of Vault Gold, Vault Silver, Vault Platinum. Let me get rid of all these jewels and such. So now with it all sorted, we ended up getting a bunch of pieces of vault gear. Of course, we're going to roll all the vault gear together here in a second. We also got 5 artifacts, a couple orbs of regret, a bunch of vault currency, a couple mod boxes and such. But now that we've seen kind of exactly what you're going to get the best gear out of, we're just going to roll all the vault gear together because it doesn't really matter. Of course, if you want to see me do things specifically, then just like leave a comment, honestly. Also, for all of the Omegas, leave a comment guessing how many we'll end up getting at the end here, because I'm going to chuck them in here and we're just going to see. So no Omegas, no Omegas, no Omegas. They're all rares, because of course we're just that unlucky. Also, I think I accidentally chucked my gear in there, so 1 second. Now we'll roll the rest of the vault gear. Of course, there's still more in here. We're saving the magnets for last because we're probably just going to keep that first Omega magnet, just because, I mean, it's Omega. We also have stuff to re-roll it if we need to. But overall, we're mostly just going for seeing just kind of what loot we can end up getting from here. So, every single Omega that we get will be quite amazing. Enemy 3, enemy 1. There we go. So, all of the Omegas are going to go in here. So let's see how many Omegas we got. We got 1 Omega. Come on, give me another Omega. 2 Omegas. Just 2 Omegas, it looks like, which is exactly what we expect. 3? Is this Sky Omega? Yeah, it is. We got 3 Omegas total so far, which is not terrible. Not terrible at all. Then we've got all these guys left to roll. So let's just roll them. You know, we'll roll them 1 bar at a time just because, you know, want to keep it. So not Omega, no Omegas from that one. Now we've got another row, which of course we're not able to use anything, and that's okay. And no Omegas again from that. That's unlucky. Now it's time to go through, of course, the magnets and the unidentified treasure key. We're gonna go through those right now. So magnet, magnet, magnet. Hopefully we can get a 2 Omega magnets, but it looks like we only got the 1, which is okay. It's not terrible. We're definitely keeping that guy. Now for the unidentified treasure key, and it's going to be a Tubium key. Cool. Not terrible at all. Now we're going to consolidate all of the rare loot into my loot belt. And actually, there's 2 more magnets to roll, so we'll roll those. Are there any more magnets to roll? No, there's that Omega, so we at least get 1 more guaranteed Omega. Scrappy, and then this guy will be Omega, so we'll automatically chuck it in there. So we ended up getting 5 total Omegas, which is nothing absurd, but nothing terrible either. Now we'll finish consolidating everything. So all of the common stuff consolidated. We of course got a bunch of bounty pearls, a bunch of catalyst fragments, a bunch of inscription pieces. Overall, not an insane amount of dreamstones either, but still quite a bit. So we're able to grab all those guys. We did get quite a bit of gems, 2 echo, 4 opaline, 2 tubium, 2 bombinite, 1 sparkletine, 1 gorgonite, and 5 scallium. Bunch of burger ingredients, which we'll make up in a second. A couple foci, a couple of relic booster packs, which we'll chuck in here. Of course, we did get some vault nuggets, some vault ingots, and other stuff, which we will craft into stuff real quick. Of course, after all those empty, we have a stack and 8 cheeseburgers, so we'll eat them all. They give us nothing because we're already max. Now we'll give a good, healthy look at all the rare loot we got. So, in total, we got a total of 4 echo, 7 normal scallium, 3 stone scallium. We got a total of 14 xenium between the two, of course. We also got a bunch of wounded dye, a bunch of opaline, including 6 opaline total, 13 tubium total. We got 10 sparkletine total. We got 13 pizzanite total. We got only 5 gorgonite, which is pretty low. 10 ashium. Then, of course, we got everything else, which is already absurd. So, a total of 320 plus 8 Larimar, 328 Larimar. Almost 185 Bombignite. Or, yeah, Beniatite, not Bombignite. And a bunch of Vault Gold. So, for the Vault total of Vault Gold, we ended up getting 1 Vault Bronze, 8 Vault Silver, 5 Vault Gold, and 56 Vault Platinum, which is absurd. That's an absurd amount. That is insane. We also got 4 chest scrolls. We got 1 wooden, 3 ornate, 2 gilded, 2 living. Pretty decent. 48 Vault Ingots, 69 Knowledge Shards. Nice. 4 key pieces, which is not a terrible amount. We didn't open very many gilded chests. We also got 6 mod boxes, 39 relic booster packs, and 2 unidentified relics, which we'll roll in a second, as well as a noble charm and 2 inscriptions, both Omega. One's a blacksmith, one's a cove. So let's roll the noble charm. Let's open up the relic fragments. Let's open up the relic booster packs. Come on, come on, come on. And now the mod boxes. So for the noble charm, we got a Wendar charm, not terrible. Then we got 1k storage disk, dragon foot, dragon breath, 4k storage disk, external storage, batch composter, nullifier, accumulator, sword blade, red cupcakes, and a pickaxe head. So overall, not terrible either. Then we have our 5 artifacts, but first we're actually gonna mine the echo, and we're gonna mine the player gems off camera because it's gonna take way too long. But let's see how much echo we can end up getting. Come on, give me something good. 10 echo from 4. Yeah, it's more than double. I'm not complaining about that. What are we at echo-wise? 43. I'm going to take 20 more. And 20 are going to go into here because we need 8 per mine inscription. I need more inscription pieces, though, so we'll be running a bunch of vaults for that next episode. Then we also have our unidentified artifacts, which I'm going to save for later. And we're actually going to go through the vault things. So, overall, we've got all these vaults completed. So this one, we spent like 5 minutes in, and we got a good amount of chests and ores. This one, we spent barely any time in. We looted barely anything, but we completed it quickly. Of course, this one we mined a ton of ores in, which is spectacular. This one, we looted a couple chests, mined a bunch of ores. It's mostly just ores, which is very strange because usually it's harder to find ores, but we've been getting really lucky, and that's quite amazing because honestly, we're gonna need so many of these player gems and the rarer of the ores, like our black opal and such, in order to go farther from where we're at right now. Of course, we're not using flight in the vaults, which makes it quite difficult to loot fast. And although with some of the changes, it does have some interesting interactions, namely being the fact that we can mine the obelisks and such in order to go quicker, but still, it's not optimal. And that's a little bit of a pain, But what's more of a pain is the fact that I have to wait consistently between vaults and everything, just to make sure that things will work, because I have to back up, I have to do a bunch of stuff in between each vault, just due to this being unstable and being more of an experimental mod pack. And so if you want to support the mod pack and the channel, then please like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me, because honestly, I could really use it. So anywho, we're gonna mine the wooded eye as well. Give me a second to put it all down. I'll place down now. We'll just mine them real quickly, you know, just get as many of these guys as we can, because ores are going to be so beneficial. So let's see. 49 Gorgonite, 30 Epiline, 44 Scallium, 79 Tubium, 85 Sparkletine, 96 Xenium, 96 Pizzanite, 59 Ashium, 834 Wooded Dye, 190 Black Opal. So, quite good amount of gems there. Not disappointed in the slightest. I'll mine the rest of them off camera. We also got those guys from our mob grinder, which is downstairs, producing way too much loot, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But we're actually going to go through the artifacts real quick, and then we're going to modify the magnet. So, actually, we'll save the artifacts for last. We'll modify the magnet now. You know, fine. First, we need to get the foci, which, of course, what I'm going to be going for is, do I have a faceted focus, or specifically, not velocity, not shocking, not range, not block chance. I need copiously. And then I'm also going to get one for the item rarity. So, item rarity, we do have some. That's good. I'm glad that we do. Of course, this guy's in the worst spot possible, so I have to chuck these guys all in here real quick. And now let's see what we've got. So, 24.7 out of 25. Pretty good overall. Now it's just to get those last prefixes and suffixes down, because the implicits are relatively good. So what we're gonna do is we're going to first try with the, we're gonna try with copiously, because I would like something crazy copiously. 23 and 26. 23 and 26 is pretty high, so then the prefixes are not great, so reforge all prefixes until we get something good. I would love good range, like something 7 or up. Okay. Velocity, mining speed. I don't care about velocity. I care about range. Shoot, that's all of those foci gone. That's a little bit of a pain, but we can at least add that, and that's relatively good. Good durability, so I'm not unhappy in the slightest with that. It's not something we should have to really worry about, although I can enchant it with Unbreaking, which I'm going to do, because simply, it's just worth it for keeping it for long term, as well as it's our first Omega Magnet. So I do want to make sure that we are savoring it and keeping it as long as we can. Of course, the copiously is a little bit less than our previous one. Item rarity is the same, but again, the reach and range, the velocity is faster, the durability is better. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So now what we'll do is we'll actually go through the unidentified artifacts. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've opened a total of 13 artifacts now, 3 of which have been duplicates. Will we get more duplicates? Because we have a total of 20 artifacts left. Oh my gosh. Come on, please. Okay, of course we got a dupes, but that's okay. This is a new one, so that one goes there. Ghast is a new one. This one's a new one. So overall, we actually did pretty good, especially considering all the other dupes we've gotten. So, you know, now we are at 9 out of 25. So that's not terrible. I'm glad. Perfect. Okay. Now, that is going to be the end of this episode. So, if you did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. I had a lot of fun making this video. If you want to see specific videos, or if you want to play the mod pack yourself, go check the description, and then also leave a like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!